Welcome back to Business After Business. I am your host, Commissioner Gordon. We are live every other Tuesday right here at Zuby's Taco Kitchen on Virginia Avenue. Joining me today, one and only Alex from Pop and Go Tours. How are you?
Oh, you got it right. Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are you enjoying your Zuby's experience?
Zuby's is amazing. I'm glad that there's a taco spot here in College Park. Is it East Point College Park border? So this is amazing. So I'm excited to have a taco or two, my little vegan tacos.
Okay.
Yes.
So for all of you out there who are wondering, yes, Zuby does have that option.
Vegan tacos.
Yes.
Love it.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I am a 14-year resident of Atlanta. I'm from California. I'm from Los Angeles. Okay, I'm from LA. So I've been here in Atlanta exploring, having a good time, but also being the owner of Pop and Go Tours. So, yes.
So why Atlanta? Coming from California, what brought you to Atlanta?
You know, people think it's a long, drawn-out explanation, but it literally is. I seen the Housewives of Atlanta. I came here in 2009. I seen the whole college experience, and I seen like fraternities and sororities, and we're not used to that in California. I'm just like, what is this? And so I came here, got super excited, and I was like, okay, whatever's going on in here, I want to come. So it literally was just like the whole college experience, having fun, and just doing whatever college folks do. So
what school?
I went to Georgia State.
Okay.
Georgia State. I went to Georgia State University, so graduated in 2017.
I'll go to the real GSU, Georgia Southern. I won't hold it. So how did Hop and Go Tours come about?
So Hop and Go Tours was probably an unknown passion project. So I'm a traveler, and possibly some of this return money that I'm having, the student loan is probably because we traveling, right? I use a lot of that to travel. And so I've always been a traveler. My family we are RV people. And so I said, what is there to do in Atlanta that's not the club scene, that's not, and I'm an introvert too. So it's like, I want to be inside of something, but also outside. So Hop and Go Tours was more so what God had put on me, and I love traveling. I loved history. I loved culture. So I'm a big culture girly. So it really was just like, what is there to do in Atlanta? There's not something that's for the culture here that's fun and inclusive. And I don't want to put Black on it. I don't want to put woman on. It's just something to do for fun.
Right.
And so you learn history, but also you get to meet people. And so being an introvert, you don't really get out and meet a lot of people. So what is there to do? So might as well get with like-minded people and the locals, and they know people. So I literally just created that for my love of history, Atlanta, and just being here. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. This is a cool place to eat. So I partnered with people that I met, museums, Madam C.J. Walker. I partnered with Omni Coffee and Eggs, and just a whole bunch of business friends. And we said, hey, let's put on an experience. And so Hop and Go Tours really started because I wanted to have fun. I wanted to tell them history, a story that they've never heard of before, like the John Wesley Dobbs, and things like that. And so it just became a passion project that turned into a business for some reason. So 4.5 years later, still here.
Well, they say some of the best business come from, what you love.
Yes.
And you love history and you love traveling, and it only makes sense that it all comes together.
Exactly.
So talk about those connections though, because you can't just pull up on some place and be like, hey, and we're here at the Capitol, or we're here at the such and such.
Well, sometimes you can. Atlanta's known for the pull up. We the pull up crew around here. But no, you know what? It was more so, what can I do that really didn't involve people saying yes or no? And so really it was exploration outside. So of course, MLK is open, so you can go inside of there. Georgia State is open, the Centennial. You have all these landmarks around Atlanta that a lot of people are not used to and don't know about, but also don't know the history behind it.
Right.
So I try to turn history into fun experience. And so, of course, going from Centennial, the old Ted Turner Field, to going to the new one, it's like, okay, I see how it transformed. Now let's talk about behind the scenes. And so it literally just was like, let me pull up on these places that had a cool story behind it that people needed to know. So whether it was hip hop, whether it was Walter's shoe store where Ludacris shot Welcome to, like, a lot of people from Atlanta don't give me my credit, okay? I know Atlanta, okay? I know the history behind it, but it just became fun to include history in hip hop, which people don't do.
Right.
But in school, how did you learn? The hardest theory is you put music to it. And so I said, let me do that. So it just became a whole business.
So from that, when you're on the tour, is it the same route every time? Or is it something different just based off of the crowd that you have?
So everybody gonna get this history. Everybody's gonna get this history. Everybody's gonna get the understanding of what Atlanta is and how it came to be. I do offer, different experiences. So we have day tours, we have midday tours where I have partnered up with TI's Trap Music Museum, where they can go do a tour of Atlanta and do the Trap Museum all at the same time. Then I have night tours, so that's exploring Midtown. The day tours are more historical, but still add a fun element to it. So literally anything that you want to do in the city. So as soon as you step off that plane, it's like, what do I want to do? I want to see the city first, so I know what to do. And so I'm really that vessel to kind of, do that. So we do similar routes, but I like to add on things. I like to be creative and partner with different businesses to be able to do that. So yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
So in those partnerships, and you said you wanted to have a good time and making an experience. Are there any food partners that we can eat on the way?
Oh my God, this is my favorite part.
Any drinks that we can have as we tour around Atlanta?
This is my favorite part. But people think Atlanta is very underrated. Now I'm a foodie, so people think, oh, Atlanta doesn't have a lot of food, but go to the source. So I'm like, okay, who has great soul food? Atlanta's Civil Rights, Soul Food Black. So my places, I'm going to say Soul Box ATL, that's over there by HBCU. They're also Black owned. Amazing. The chef Juan Chopped from the Food Network channel. So let's go take it down there by the HBCUs. Of course, you have Pascals or Pascals. There you go. See? And there's always two versions around here. So you're going to do that. But you now have Killer Mike and T.I. has Bankhead Seafood. Mm-hmm. So there are so many different elements that we love. So whether it's the morning, Omni Coffee and Eggs is one of my great partners, and we really show them like the upper side of coffee, and it's like the elements that I don't even know how to smell it, sniff it, and it's just amazing. So when I say we partner, I literally have an excitement for Atlanta food and food in general. And I'm like, how do I get tourists and locals to come be a part of it as well? So, anybody who has an experience, it's not just food, it's a full-blown experience here in Atlanta. So I just talk to them and say, hey, I got some people. You got a place? And then they do it. So it's been an amazing experience as far as food. So we do African, vegan, we do Pont City Market, we do Black-owned restaurants. We do anything that really just brings out the different elements of Atlanta. And that's what Hop and Go Tour is really about.
So with that, though, understanding what Hop and Go Tour is about, talk about that startup, because you had to have or acquire some money to get a tour bus that we can hop on and we can ride around Atlanta.
Oh, Jesus.
Talk about that process.
So the startup was, I always say, take what you got and turn it into what you need. Take what you got. And I didn't have a whole bunch, trust and believe. I started during the pandemic. So I was like, well, how do I get people on here? I don't know what to do, where to go. So I tried to reserve a whole bus. But as soon as I did, my business manager was like, shut it down right now. There's something called the Corona. Don't do anything. I was like, excuse me? We're gonna reserve this bus. But what I learned is use what I have. Instead of renting vehicles, I just did it in my car. Because I felt like if you can get in an Uber, a random person, why don't you get in a person that you can actually see? I put out content, my face, it's more relatable. And so I started hosting tours in my car, and then the party started to get bigger. So I started to rent more vehicles, which technically you're not supposed to do that. So don't follow my idea. You're not supposed to do that. But I rented vehicles. So once it got to 4 to 8, and then it started to become 14 and 20, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have a car for this. So I said, you know what? How do I get one? And then all the banks said no, which they're going to say no. Nobody believes in your business but you. So keep that in mind too. But a company called Lift Fund. There are a lot of gatekeepers in Atlanta, but Lift Fund helped me with my business loan, and they gave me $20K to start. I got a bus, and it is still rolling to this day. And so it literally just was like a passion that I loved travel. And thankfully for the influencers who weren't influenced at that time, they were just what's they're going on in Atlanta. And I said, hey, come hop on the bus and create content. And then it kind of spawned from there. So yeah.
That brings me to my next question, because you just touched on it with the influencers, was promotion. Like, how did you actually go out and promote to people, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we got going on. It's pretty dope. You might want to get in on this.
So I was a former broadcaster, so reverse the seats, and I'm the one asking the questions. So I use my broadcasting skills to reach out to these people. And Black Girls Guide ATL was the first person that said, hey, let's make something work. Now, her budget was very low. I wouldn't even tell you what it is now, because what it is now, I'm pretty sure it's not what it started at the pandemic. But I reached out to her. I said, hey, how can we do this? And so I was literally doing it in my car. It wasn't even a bus. But then people started to create organic content for the business. And so that really helped during the pandemic. And it just, one person after another, and great reviews just kept coming. And so people started to trust that. And then on top of that, I'm the only girl. So they wanted to support a woman-owned business. And so, once that got bigger, it just, we got bigger buses, partner with bigger bus companies. And so they just kept coming. And so we just created all these experiences because people like, hey, can I get a restaurant? All right, cool. Hey, can I do a night tour? I don't have those, but I can figure it out. So really it's like, figure it out, so whatever they wanted to do, I'm the person behind it.
So with that, you just said it, like with that, you can, so if listener wanted to say, hey, I want to put together a tour, I have some family coming in town. Let's say I have 15 people coming in town. They can reach out to you and you'll put together.
So yes. So I have all sorts of experiences. So majority of them are interested in the day tour. So that's the historical. You can still get your hip hop element. You can still do the museums, and we do that. And then of course we have the Taste of Atlanta. So you can eat, HBCUs, museums, sites. We got all of that. And then of course, for the people who don't want a historical tour, they want a tour of Atlanta, we still go by the Prime on Peachtrees, go see Bow Wow's restaurant, go see V12, go see the Varsity. We're still going to talk about it, but they're just going to have fun with karaoke. So any element that they want to do, we do that. So whether they have 15 to 25 to 2, we're going to get in that bus and have a good time. So
see, she didn't even mention the karaoke part. Like,
we have every element. My adults night only tour is extremely fun. So think of it like the alternative to party bus. The party bus, you're just sitting inside of a bus. Right. And what? You're doing karaoke, but we're going to get out. We're going to add that hip hop element. As soon as you get out, you're hearing, now walk it out. Now walk it out. But that's a part of Atlanta. So you people don't even know they're being immersed in Atlanta until that music comes on, right? And so I promise you, any different experience that people want, I create, cultivate, and we're going to do it. So we're going to figure it out. But yeah.
Tell everybody where they can find you on all social media, websites, phone numbers, whatever you are willing to give out.
So this is the promo part. So I am the tour guide of Alex Rose. So of course, Hop and Go Tours, HOPNGO tours.com. You can find all of our experiences there. And then of course, Instagram, Twitter. I'm lying. I'm not on Twitter like that. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and then TikTok. So that's how majority of people know who I am. So it's Hop and Go Tours ATL on TikTok and Facebook, and then Instagram is Hop and Go Tours. So of course, y'all got family members, tourists, locals. We bought that life. So come over to Hop and Go Tours and have a good time here in the city of Atlanta.
So two quick questions before we get out. One, what is like your busiest days of the week?
So it's summertime. It's going back into summertime. So really it's between Thursdays and Sundays. And so anybody can call me anytime and book a tour. So usually cutoff time is 2 hours before, but our busiest time is summertime's coming, so we don't really have a busy time. It's just Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, all of that. But we're open 24/7, so they can book a tour from 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 5:30, which is our tour and trap, and then 10:30, our adults night only tour.
Gotcha. And then, what advice you've been giving out little nuggets here and there already, but what advice would you have for someone who wants to start a business, any type of business, that you wish someone would have given you before you actually started Hop and Go Tours?
If I would give advice to people to start a business, I would say don't, in Jesus' name. No, I'm joking. Save yourself. No. Save yourself the trouble now. But no, I would say do something that you actually like to do, because everybody's chasing trends. Everybody's chasing viral. Everybody's chasing the fame, but they don't understand what comes behind it. So I would say start something that you actually like to do, that you can do every single day, whether somebody's watching, whether somebody's not, whether you're broke, whether you have $20, whether one person buys it or not. You can keep doing it, whether the business is there or not. But also document it. A lot of the stuff, as a former broadcaster, I documented everything. So they see me cry. They seen me freaking go crazy on people, because women aren't taken seriously in a male-dominated space. So I've gone off on, my rap designers, put my rap on here right, but people really care because I'm trying something. So really, if you try, you get a better result. So, I mean, it's really just effort. It's just the love of what you do. And, you surround yourself with people who want to see you win too. So, like I said, get in the field and talk to people. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still learning too. So nothing, is guaranteed any day, but it's just get out there and try. And that's like the best advice I can give anybody.
No, it's always good advice just to give someone because everybody always has an idea of what they want to do, but nobody actually executes the idea because they have the what ifs and what if I don't and all of these doubts. So
what if you fail? Who cares? Pinky Cole has a book saying, "What if you?" Or I hope you fail. I hope you do too, because it teaches you so much in that lesson to say, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna get back up and do it again. So really, I hope you fail, but you're gonna get back up and do it again, because you got things that you want to accomplish. So the best thing to do is just literally get up and try. So yeah.
Well, again, I'm so glad that you're here to join us here at Zuby's Taco Kitchen. I encourage everyone to reach out, Hop and Go Tours, set it all up, man. If you got family coming in town, like you said, summer's coming up, come out, set up the tour,
have a good time.
Great time.
Exactly. Come eat, drink, and learn about the city of Atlanta from a West Coast girlie. Okay, so yes, hopandgotours.com.
What'd you call it? Pashals?
Pashals, Pascals, yes. I'm telling you, Atlanta people are so serious. So Pashals, because I knew somebody was gonna correct me from Atlanta. So yes, yeah. So
again, thank you, Alex, for coming out. Hop and Go Tours. We're live here every other Tuesday at Zuby's Taco Kitchen for Business After Business. I am your host, Commissioner Gordon. Come see us.